Welcome back, brother. My name is Richard, and I guarantee you that will get you the physique that you always wanted. So let's first talk about the gym community because everything starts from there. The problem with the gym community is that they focus on a lot of details that in the end are not going to make a big change in your physique. Let's say you're already advanced, you're working out a lot and you hit a plateau, then yes, you can focus on those small details that will help you to get to the next level. But for someone who's not even close to the max that they can get to, like for example, they just started to work out or they're already working out, but they still have a lot of room to grow, those people, if they focus on the small things, that's not going to get them a lot of progress. Those small details, they are important, but they're important once you're very close to the max, you hit a plateau, and you need something that is going to help you to go to the next level. That's when you focus on the small details because everything else that mattered, you already got it in place. And that is what is important. When you're just starting to work out or you're working out and you have a lot of room to grow, the thing that's going to help you change your physique the most is to focus on one thing solely, and that is consistency. I hate to be that guy who's going to give you the most basic advice ever, but here's the thing: consistency is what is going to give you 80% of your physique. 80% of your physique, of your results in the gym, is going to be consistency. Yes, the details they matter, but as I explained, without the 80%, which is consistency, you're not going to get anywhere. Because you can have the perfect workout, you can calculate all your macros, all your proteins, you can have the best session of workout in a gym, but if you do it once a week, you're not going to get ripped, you're not going to get shredded, you're not going to lose weight. You will have a better physique if you will do 500 push-ups per maybe not 500, like 100 push-ups per day, than if you would focus on the small details and do like one amazing workout per week. You will have a better physique if you focus on consistency because in working out, in building muscles, in everything you do in life, consistency is what is going to give you the most results. Once you have consistency set up and it's a habit, you're consistent, then you can focus on the small details to get to the next level. And when I look at people and I see that instead of just working out, which is going to be like the biggest part of them achieving the physique that they want, no, they're learning about the macros, they're counting their calories with a little skill. Bro, this is mental masturbation. I'm serious. When I see somebody do that, it's just mental masturbation. They try to avoid the hard task, which is going to give them the most results, which is just working out, being consistent. Now, here's the thing: if I see a jacked individual and he's doing this, fine, fine. Look, maybe you hit your max and now you want to go to the next level and you realize that you have to focus on counting your calories and taking amounts of protein and going really specific with the details to get to the next level or build even more muscular mass. Fine. But when I see someone who doesn't even have a six pack, who doesn't even have muscles, who's working out sometimes, he's not even he's not even close to their max, and they start to focus on those small details and learn the scientific stuff and just read and they don't work out, then I'm like, bro, you're just wasting your time. You're just wasting your time. You're trying to avoid the hard task, which is just taking action. I get it. You have to learn about a topic. It is important to learn and make research and make your own thoughts, but you have to take action at the same time. And what I notice is people sacrifice taking action for mental masturbation and learning about those small details that are not even relevant to them for now. Like, first, achieve a good physique, get closer to your max, and then start to implement those details that you've learned. But you have to take action, you have to work out. So, all this to come to the point of how do you become consistent? Because again, that's going to give you 80% of your results. The way you do it is by tricking your body. Let me explain. You see, we trick our body all the time. For example, you told yourself that you're going to watch only one episode before going to sleep, and you end up watching 10 episodes on Netflix, but you told yourself that you're going to only watch one. Then you told yourself that you're only going to eat one donut, but you ended up eating three of them. This is by tricking your body. You trick your body into thinking that you're only going to do this small thing and then it's going to be over. It's going to be fine. But you end up doing way more than you anticipated. And I call it manipulation on your own body. In that case, you're manipulating your body into doing something bad. Now, what if you do it for something good? What do I mean by that? You can use the same trick that you use for doing bad things to do good things in a gym. For example, what you do if you don't feel like working out, which is probably going to be always, because no one wants to work out. Well, sometimes you do, but most of the time you don't want to do it. What you do is you tell yourself that you're not going to do a full workout. You're not going to go to the gym and do like a full 1 hour workout or 2 hour workout. No, you're just going to do one set of like bench press or dumbbells or push ups. That's it. That's all you're going to do. You're just going to start doing that and that's it. And the funny thing is, this is way easier for you to motivate yourself to do, right? Because it's harder for you to motivate yourself to go to the gym for an hour because you know it's going to take a long time. But, just do one set of push-ups or just a little bit of bench press. That's pretty easy to motivate yourself. You're going to be like, oh, well, that's going to be easy. So you started. And the interesting thing is, after you start, then you're going to feel the pump. You're going to be warmed up. You're going to have the adrenaline. Maybe some cute girls are looking at you in a gym. And now you feel confident. And then it's going to be way simpler to just continue to do a full workout. And you will want to do the full workout because it's going to be like, look, I'm already in a gym. I already did like a set of bench press or push-ups. Why not just do another one? And then you do another one, and then you're like, well, let me do another one. And then you end up basically doing a full workout, which you didn't intend in the beginning. So this is my point. Every time where you don't feel like working out, trick your body. Just tell your body that, okay, I'm just going to do a couple of push-ups. I'm just going to do like a small workout. And the thing is, that's going to be easier for you to motivate yourself to do it. And once you start, again, usually you will want to continue and you will do way more than you anticipated. Now, the good thing about this is because when, for example, you focus on the details, let's say, and you want to have the perfect workout, and if it's not going to be perfect, you're not going to do it. The problem with that is, first, it's going to be very hard for you to motivate yourself to do the full workout. In that case, you will end up not working out as much, so maybe once or twice per week. And then you're going to lose against the guy who's working out every single day because he's consistent. But the thing about that guy who's more consistent than you is not that he's able to motivate himself to do full workouts every single day. He just have to motivate himself to do one set every single day. Because once he starts to do that one set, then he simply continues because he gets into the mood, he's warmed up, he has the pump, he's already in the gym. Why not continue? We always say that it's always easier to continue once you start. It seems so simple, but that is very true. When you start something, then it's easier to continue. The hardest part is to start, but it's easier to start if you tell yourself, if you trick your body that you're not going to do the full thing. You're just going to do this small part. You're tricking your body into thinking that you're going to do just a little bit of it. But once you start, then you will want to do the whole thing. This is my best advice that I can give you, is just convince yourself that you're only going to do the small thing. And then once you start, you're going to be able to do the whole thing. But now you might tell me, Richard, how can I trick my body if I know that I'm lying to myself? Well, look, let's go back to the example of Netflix. You told yourself that you're going to only watch one episode before going to sleep. And what did you end up doing? You watched 10 of them. Now, when you told yourself that you're going to only watch one, you knew deep down that you were lying to yourself. It was just a way to cope and make an excuse for pressing that one episode. But deep down, you knew that you're not going to stop and you're probably going to end up watching a bunch of episodes. And you still did it. So even though deep down you knew that you were lying to yourself, it still worked. You still tricked your body. Same thing here, but in that case, you're using it, this trick, for something good, which is being consistent in the gym and starting your workout. Because again, I'm going to repeat it because it's very important and people don't understand this. Stop focusing on the small details and making the perfect workout. Just start. Tell yourself that you're just going to do one set of push-ups or two sets of push-ups or one set of bench press. But the thing is, it's going to be easier for you to motivate yourself to go to the gym and do that one set. But what is amazing is that when you start doing it, then it's easier to continue. You will want to continue once you start because you have less friction. Once you start something, you pick up momentum. The thing that is hard to do is to stop that momentum. So that's why you will simply continue to work out. But if you don't start, that's hard because you have no momentum. You're not starting. That's the hard part that prevents people from achieving the physique that they want. And if you're not able to overcome this, you will never get the body that you desire. And I don't want that because I promised you in the beginning of this video that you will get the body that you desire. So, if there's one thing you should remember from this video is focus on being consistent and trick your body into believing that you're only gonna do one set. You're not gonna do the full workout, just one set. And then you will end up just doing full workouts. But instead of doing like 2 full workouts per week, you're gonna do them every single day. And you will beat the guy who's preparing all week mentally and physically for his one full perfect workout. The guy who's gonna mentally masturbate himself into thinking that, oh my god, I'm counting all the calories, I'm doing all the things right. You will beat that guy by simply taking action and just being consistent into whatever type of workouts you like. Whatever it might be, body workouts or lifting weights or lifting rocks in the forest. It doesn't matter. If you're consistently doing this, you're gonna become absolutely ripped.